Stop negotiating with weakness, because negotiation is where your life dies. Most men do not lose their future in one catastrophic moment. They lose it in small private meetings, quiet conversations inside their own head, where weakness is allowed to speak like a king. You know the meeting. It happens the second the alarm rings. You hear it. 5 more minutes. Just today. I am tired. I deserve rest. I will start tomorrow. That is weakness calling for a vote. And the problem is, you keep giving it one. You treat your own discipline like it is optional, like it is an agreement that can be revised whenever discomfort appears. Then you wonder why you feel weak. A man who negotiates with weakness will always lose, not because he is stupid, because weakness never negotiates in good faith. It is not trying to compromise, it is trying to take control. It uses your voice, it uses your logic, it uses your emotions. It speaks calmly, it sounds reasonable, it sounds mature, it sounds like self-care, but the results are always the same. Delay, avoidance, comfort, decay. Negotiation is the gateway drug. The moment you negotiate, you tell your mind that your rules are not law. Your rules are suggestions. Your standards are flexible. Your identity is up for debate. And if your identity is up for debate, you will become whatever your weakest moment demands. This is why men drift. This is why men relapse. This is why men break promises. This is why men stay mediocre. Not because they lack talent, because they lack command. They do not lead themselves. They bargain with themselves. And a man who bargains with himself becomes 2 men. One wants greatness, one wants comfort. The one who wants comfort is always louder in the morning, louder at night, louder when pressure hits. So you must end the meeting. You must become one man, one set of laws, one code, and you obey it. Not when you feel ready, not when you feel motivated. You obey because you are a man. And your word is law. Let me make this clear. Your mind is not a trusted advisor. Your mind is a battlefield. It will offer you comfort. It will offer you excuses. It will offer you loopholes. Because the mind loves safety and hates effort. The mind will always choose the path of least resistance if you allow it. So you do not allow it. You train the mind to obey. You train it like you train a body. Repetition, resistance, structure, discipline. And you start by killing the negotiation habit, because negotiation is the habit that destroys all others. A man can have a plan. A man can have goals. A man can have desire. But if he negotiates when the moment arrives, he will fail. So this video is not motivation. This is a correction. This is the death of excuses. This is the end of bargaining. This is where you stop being a man who talks about discipline and becomes a man who lives under it. Now listen closely. Weakness never presents itself as weakness. It presents itself as reason. It says, be smart. It says, be gentle. It says, do less today and more tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is the graveyard of men. Men die there with dreams intact and discipline absent. So today, we burn tomorrow. We live under law. I'm going to give you principles, minimum 5, but you will get more because this war is deep. Principle 1. Negotiation is disobedience disguised as thought. Thought is good. Planning is good. Strategy is good. Negotiation with weakness is not strategy. It is surrender. It happens when the task is already decided, and you reopen the decision because discomfort appeared. You already know you should train. You already know you should work. You already know you should stop indulging. You already know you should go to sleep. Then discomfort appears, and you reopen the decision. That is negotiation. And that is where discipline dies. A disciplined man decides once, in a calm moment, and obeys when the storm comes. He does not decide during temptation. He does not decide while tired. He does not decide while emotional. He follows a decision already made. That is command. Principle 2. Weakness speaks in your own voice. That is why it is dangerous. It doesn't say, "I want to ruin your life." It says, "You deserve a break." It says, "You worked hard." It says, "Life is stressful." It says, "Be kind to yourself." And kindness is good when it is real. But weakness uses kindness to justify surrender. Real kindness to yourself is discipline, because discipline protects you from future pain. Weakness is not kind. It is seductive. It gives you relief now and charges you interest later. So learn to identify the voice. If the voice leads to delay, it is weakness. If it leads to avoidance, it is weakness. If it leads to indulgence, it is weakness. If it leads to lowering standards, it is weakness. Name it, then refuse it. Principle 3. The first compromise makes the next one easier. This is how men fall. You do not fall because you failed once. You fall because you normalized failure. You treat failure like it does not matter. You treat broken promises like small things. But your brain learns patterns. When you compromise once, your brain learns compromise is allowed. Then the next compromise feels easier, then the next, then the next, until your life is a pile of compromises and you call it personality. No, it is training. A man who wants strength must refuse the first compromise. The first crack in the wall is the most important. Stop it there. Principle 4. Discipline is not built in your best mood. It is built in resistance. Many men think discipline is built when they feel inspired. No. Discipline is built when you do not want to do it, and you do it anyway. That is the rep. That is the true repetition. Training when you feel good is maintenance. Training when you feel bad is forging. The moment you want to quit is the moment you are being built. So when weakness whispers, you should feel something, not fear, opportunity. Because this is the moment that separates men. This is the moment you earn self-respect. Principle 5. Your word must become law. Law does not negotiate. Law does not take votes. Law is enforced. If you treat your rules like suggestions, you will live like a man without structure. So you make rules that are non-negotiable. Not 100 rules. Simple ones. Wake time, training time, work block, sleep time. One daily restraint. Then you enforce. When the alarm rings, you stand. Not after 5 minutes, not after debate. Stand. Action kills negotiation. Movement ends the meeting. Your body moves and your mind follows. Principle 6. You must build a no-debate protocol. In war, you do not hold committee meetings in the middle of combat. You follow protocol. You follow drills. That is what saves lives. Your life is the same. You need protocols for your weak moments. When tired, do this. When tempted, do this. When angry, do this. When bored, do this. When anxious, do this. Protocols remove negotiation. They remove choice. They create automatic discipline. So here is an example. Alarm rings. Feet on floor. Water. Movement. No phone. Temptation hits. Stand up. 10 push-ups. Cold water. Leave the room. Boredom hits. Start the task for 5 minutes. Momentum will follow. This is not complicated, but it must be law. Principle 7. The mind will lie to protect comfort. Your mind will create reasons. It will say you need rest when you need discipline. It will say you are overwhelmed when you are avoiding. It will say you are not ready when you are afraid. It will say you do not have time when you are wasting it. Do not trust excuses. Excuses are not facts. Excuses are defense mechanisms. They exist to keep you the same. You must become a man who sees through his own excuses. That is maturity. A boy believes his excuses. A man questions them. Principle 8. Stop trying to feel ready. Act ready. Readiness is not a feeling. It is behavior. You become ready by acting. You become disciplined by doing disciplined actions. You become strong by lifting. You become confident by keeping your word. You do not wait for a feeling first. If you wait, you will wait forever, because the feeling will never be consistent. So you act as the man you want to become, and the identity catches up. Principle 9. Negotiation is the path to addiction. Addiction lives in loopholes. Just one. Just today. Just this time. That is negotiation. If you negotiate with weakness, you create openings. Openings become habits. Habits become chains. So stop giving weakness loopholes. If you are building discipline, be clean. Not perfect. Clean. Clear rules. Clear boundaries. Clear consequences. Principle 10. You must punish disobedience and reward obedience. A man is trained the same way any system is trained. Feedback. If you disobey and nothing happens, disobedience grows. If you obey and nothing is recognized, obedience weakens. So you create consequences. You break your rule. You remove privilege. No entertainment. No comfort. Extra work. Extra training. You keep your rule. You earn something. Not indulgence. Earned pride. Earned rest. Earned progress. This builds a system where your brain learns. Obedience is rewarded. Disobedience is costly. Principle 11. The standard must be simple enough to execute on your worst day. Men fail because they build routines that only work when life is perfect. Then life becomes chaotic. They collapse. A warrior builds standards for war days, bad sleep, stress, pressure, sickness. He still obeys the minimum standard. Train for 20 minutes. Work one focused block. No indulgence. That is enough. Do not build a standard that requires perfection. Build a standard that requires obedience. Obedience builds identity. Principle 12. Strength is built by closing the gap between decision and action. Many men decide and then delay. The delay is the space where weakness enters. So shorten the gap. Decide, then act immediately. If you decide to train, start now. If you decide to work, open the document now. If you decide to go to sleep, put the phone away now. Momentum is your ally. Delay is weakness. Principle 13. Your future is built in the moments you feel like quitting. Everyone can be disciplined when they feel good. That is nothing. The man you want to become is born in the moments you do not want to obey. Those moments are rare. Those moments are priceless, because every time you win in a weak moment, you become stronger. You build self-respect. You become reliable. You become calm. You become a man with a spine. So do not fear weak moments. Use them. Principle 14. Stop identifying with weakness. Some men speak like weakness is their identity. I am lazy. I am undisciplined. I am addicted. I am broken. Stop. Those are habits, not identity. You are a man who has trained the wrong habits. Training can change, but you must stop protecting weakness with language. Start speaking like a commander. I do not negotiate. I obey. I act. I build. Your language shapes your identity. Identity shapes your choices. Choices shape your life. Principle 15. You must become ruthless with your own excuses, not cruel. ruthless. Cruelty is destruction. Ruthlessness is clarity. Ruthlessness says, I see the excuse and I reject it. I do not hate myself. I correct myself. A man who is ruthless with excuses becomes free, because excuses are the chains. Now let me bring this home. You might be listening and thinking, this is too hard. Good, it is hard. That is why it works. If it were easy, everyone would be disciplined. Men respect what is earned. You earn discipline by refusing to negotiate. You earn strength by enduring resistance. You earn freedom by rejecting chains. Here is the final truth. You will never negotiate your way into a better life. Negotiation keeps you at the same level. Negotiation is maintenance of weakness. A better life is built through law, through standards, through daily obedience. So here is your command for tomorrow. Pick one rule. 1. Wake at a set time. Train at a set time. Work a focused block. Whatever you choose, make it non-negotiable. Then when the meeting starts in your head, you end it. No discussion. Feet on floor. Movement. Action. And when you do that, something will happen. You will feel a quiet pride, not loud confidence, quiet certainty, because you proved you can rely on yourself. That is what men are missing. Not motivation, self-trust. Self-trust is built by obeying your own law. So stop negotiating with weakness. Weakness does not deserve a seat at the table. Weakness does not deserve a vote. Weakness is not your advisor. It is your enemy. Treat it like one, and become the man who acts without debate, the man who obeys without needing a mood, the man who stands when he is tired, the man who wins the silent battles that nobody sees, because those silent battles decide everything: your body, your mind, your money, your relationships, your legacy. Stop negotiating. Start commanding. That is the warrior's code.